Well, it's Uncommon Fossil, and today taking a look at the penultimate starter deck in my series on the starter decks. That means, fancy way to say second to last. Arcanine EX, one which I like. I like the potential of, and I'll talk about the deck, play some games this video, and then a future video, probably tomorrow's video, will provide some ways to upgrade the deck to make it a little bit better. So Arcanine EX, it plays 3 Arcanine EX and it plays 3 of the Growlithe that it evolves from it. The Arcanine EX 280 HP stage 1, so pretty tanky there. 2 attacks that are both have their place in the game. Bright Flames is the main attack that you use most often. 3 energies. Does 250 damage. You have to discard 2 energies from this Pokemon, so you're down to 1 energy if you don't have anything to boost to do any energy manipulation. But then it's got a second attack, Raging Claws, which can attack for 2, so do Bright Flames. You might then swing into Raging Claws second because it does 30 for 2, plus 10 more for each damage counter on this Pokemon. You can get up to 270 on it before it's knocked out, so 270 and 30, up to 300, so you can do bigger damage with just 2 energies. So it's a nice little combo there. To help manage the energy, it plays a 2-1-2 line of the Charizard from Pokemon Go. It's got the Burn Brightly ability. Sorry about that. There, each fighting energy attached to your Pokemon provides 2 fighting energy. You can't apply more than 1 Burn Brightly ability at the time. So therefore, with the discard from the Arcanine, it says discard 2 energies. You just discard 1 energy. You can do the big attack, 3 energies for just 2 energies. You can do the Raging Claws attack for 1 energy. It helps things out a lot. The attack on Charizard is pretty nice for a single prizer. It does 170 for 4 energy, but of course it only takes 2 because of its ability. You do discard all energy for the Pokemon, so therefore even if it's 2, it's difficult to get up the next turn. With the way this deck is built, for sure. We do play as another attacker, 2 other alternate attackers, a Radiant Charizard. I was really glad they gave us that. It's a very nice Radiant Pokemon, one of the best Radiants. It does 250, but that's for 5 energy. That's rough, but with Excited Heart ability, the Pokemon's attack costs 1 colorless less for each prize card your opponent's taken. So if they've taken 4 prize cards, it just attacks for 1 fire energy. Obviously, 250 for 1 energy on a single prize, super, super nice. It can't attack the next turn. That's okay. You're probably getting knocked out. I've said that many times. You're probably sick of hearing that. It's got 2 other attackers, which, we'll see. One, how good they are. Moltres, the single prize Moltres, fire one with Inferno Wings. It does for 1 energy 20, but if it has any damage counters on it, it does 70. So you have Magma Basin to get energy onto it, and it does damage in the process. So 90 for 1 on a single prize. It's okay. It's okay, is what I'll say. I honestly, I liked it more. I was intrigued by most of it came out. I found it to be a little underwhelming. And I think in this deck, this is the best attacking option, turn 1 going second, though. So therefore, it has that place in the deck. And then 1 Heatmor, which is an interesting one. It's a basic. Flame Cloak does 20 for 1 energy. You attach a fire energy for your just compiled to this Pokemon. Of course, it's 110 HP. You're probably getting knocked out. That's not ideal. What you really want with this is Exciting Flame. It does 90 for 3. And if it has at least 3 extra energy, that's 6 energy. But don't forget, if you have your Charizard evolved, right, then 3 energies become 6. It does then 90 to the active and 180 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So very nice there. But you got to get the energies on. You got to get that Charizard into play. Getting it set up isn't as easy as one would like, I got to say. And then a 2-2 Bibarel, which is a nice engine, right? Industrious Incisors. You can draw once per turn, so you have 5 cards in hand. 11 basic fire energies. And getting into the trainers, 3 Magma Basin, a really important stadium for this deck. Once during a turn, you may attach a fire energy from the discard pile to one of your bench fire Pokemon. If you do attach energy that way, you put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon, which for the most part is a negative, except, of course, the Moltres that likes the damage counters. 2 Raihan, really good for a deck. Usually a single prize deck, I got to say, though, because you don't want to get knocked out too much with a multi-prize deck. But if your Pokemon's knocked out last turn, you can accelerate an energy from the discard pile to one of your Pokemon, and then search your deck for any 1 card. We might need this to stream attacks with Arcanine EX, so useful there. 2 Escape Rope, and let's see, is that it for switching? Yeah, we don't play Switch. Obviously, with Magma Basin, we have to do some switching, so 2 Rope to do that. 2 EXP Share, because energy is part of what this deck's trying to handle and manipulate. EXP share is a tool if your active Pokemon's knocked out by damage from an attack. So if it's placing damage counters, it doesn't trigger. If it's poison, if it's fire, special conditions, again, not triggered, but damage, being knocked out by damage is the most common way. You may move a basic energy from the active Pokemon to the Pokemon this card's attached to. We have 2 of them, so if there's 2 energies from the active getting knocked out, we have 2 Pokemon on the bench with EXP share. We can accelerate an energy to both of them. Very important to keep setting up the attackers with this deck. 1 Energy Search, which is useful, an item that lets us search for a basic energy. 3 Nest Balls, just to put a basic onto the bench. 1 Klara, any combination of the 2 Pokemon and or 2 basic energies goes from the discard pile into your hand. 3 Arven, this is partly why we have Energy Search. And the tool cards in the deck. Search your deck for an item and a tool, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. The tools are fine in this deck. I don't know the tools are so good that 3 Arven is really warranted, but we'll consider how we want to change it later on. And then 1 Defiance Band, that's the other tool in the deck. If you're behind in prizes, your attackers do 30 more damage to the active. Can be important there for sure. 2 Boss's Orders, obviously super important. 4 Ultra Ball, right? Search for the evolution Pokemon and discard some energies. Hopefully, you got to discard 2 cards to do it. Hopefully, there's some energies that we can then accelerate into play. 4 Research, really good for setting up, and 3 Rare Candies to get these Charizard the single price Charizard. We have a 2-1-2 line, which means if we're going to get both into play, we can't do it without using Rare Candy for 1 because we only have 1 copy of the Stage 1. And that's the deck. It's a very solid list. It's a fun deck to play. Obviously a little inconsistent the way the starter decks are, but it's a reasonable starting place. And let's take a look at it on the ladder. All right, hopefully we get a good game to show things off here. Would like to go first. All right, 1 the coins flip. That's good. Evolution-based deck. Want to go first. And these starter decks are not optimized, so winning the coin toss, or at least getting to do what we need to do is pretty critical. This is not a good start, though. In fact, this is pretty close to disastrous going first, but this was a hand that wanted to go second because I can't research. If I don't, honestly, I'm trying to get these videos recorded. And this is the kind of thing, if I don't top deck something good, I might just concede because it's pretty brutal right now. There's no 2 ways about that. So we'll see what happens. See what I'm up against too. Misdreavus deck. Okay. I'm going to scoop because I got nothing with those research. I mean, an Alakazam deck. Not a bad Alakazam with Misdreavus, right? Interesting combo, for sure. But that was just not a good start to that game either. I'm trying to get some decent gameplay. In the start of that game, the odds of success there were, I guess, better than 0, but didn't feel like much better than 0. All right, so hopefully we get a nice game here. Started that off with some rambling. Not sure if I'll have that in. So I get to go first, which of course I want for this deck here. Taking a mulligan, which is not ideal. They see the Arcanine and the Rare Candy. They may be figuring it's a Charizard deck because Charizard certainly is better than Arcanine. But we will see what happens here for sure. So we will see how things go here. Tweak the volume lever. Hopefully it didn't make a big shift to you. I certainly don't like it when that happens mid-video. Okay. Could be worse. Could be a lot better, though, I will say for sure, too. So we'll see. Squirtle. All right. I'm like, that's interesting. All right. So Growlithe, I guess. I mean, yeah, Growlithe's the best play here, I think. End turn. Defiance Band. Play down Magma Basin. Research next turn and hope I get something. I have no energy in play. I might not get any energy in the discard pile. Playing Candace. All right. The bladder reset. My rank is pitifully low. All right, Palkia with the Horsey, which is good. The Sea King is nice. Okay, so they take less damage, and I'm weak to them too. So this is probably just a brutal loss here, right? That's kind of how this game's shaping up to be, but we'll see what happens. We'll play it out a little bit, right? Put the Defiance Band on the Growlithe that I can't attack with this turn. I can't evolve this turn, right? And I will attach, and I will pass, and we'll see what happens. My opponent has 9 cards in hand. Look, they haven't set up that much, but you know, I am weak to them because of the tight matchup. They're getting a rare candy. Okay, the Kingdra. Okay, so this is the Kingdra. So they are probably going to get themselves a fresh 4 cards. I mean, I wouldn't mind them giving me a fresh 4 cards. So they got the Blastoise down, and they got the rare candy. So very nice there. They played Irida, right? So that was guaranteed to get the card and the rare candy, assuming they're in the deck. Accelerating a bunch of energies. And now it ends the turn, right? Search your deck for up to 6 energies, attach them. I mean, accelerating 6 energies is quite powerful. Okay, I don't mind getting some fresh cards. Those weren't the cards I really wanted, I will say that. Yeah, so they're going to end their turn on this. I'm going to attach and pass, probably. So Lumineon V, which will do some serious damage. They unfortunately don't one-shot with Lumineon V. Well, this is nice. Do I want to... I have Magma Basin, which I can't use yet, but I think I will... Gonna make that. I want to keep. I think I want Bibarel. If I'm gonna pull out this game, I need Bibarel to do some work for me, right? So I'm gonna toss down the Radiant Charizard just to thin the hand, really. Not that I prefer it not to be in play because it's a nice Pokemon. All right, so. Sorry, I'm making some pretty unhappy sounds here, right? I think I have to research. I don't love that, but I need to make something happen. So let me grab an energy. I think do I attach or do I discard, right? Assume they're going to knock out my active. At least I hope so. They might research. I could, oh no, I've already attached per turn. Okay, don't worry about that. I don't want to use him to attack. I have 1 energy in the discard, right? So I want to get down. I'll ditch him. And I'm going to ditch that card. Get down a Charmander. It's not going well, but, I haven't lost the game yet. That's kind of... I don't want to evolve the active. That would be bad because they're going to one-shot me, and I don't want to give up 2 prizes. Right? My hope right now is that they can't boss up my Arcanine EX. That's what I'm hoping for right now. And they're not going to, unless they play counter catcher, right? Doesn't look like they do. Or if they do, they have both of them. So, but... They probably, if they played counter catcher, they probably would have had to Irida for it. I don't think that they weren't playing Pokestop. They were playing Lake Acuity. So, what's that Pokemon? Quaxley. Okay, so what does he evolve? Something. Okay, so see what happens here. Yeah, this is not good. I'm gonna take the knockout. They're not attacking again, though. Well, that's pretty nice, I gotta say. That's so I can... What am I going to do here? I don't know if I want to attack now, do I? If I attack, they kind of... Let's see, do I have the... Maybe a rope in him? That's right, the deck doesn't play Switch, unfortunately. I guess I can have Moltres. I don't love it, but I think I kind of need to get something going here. So Moltres, attached, accelerate the energy, don't attach. I accelerate, and then I'll rope, and then I will evolve, right? I'm just doing a little damage, giving it a poke to something. But, you know, it forces them to make a switch. I would have actually liked to poke into the Palkia, because with the poke on the Palkia, then I can blow up the Palkia. I can finish it off with the Arcanine EX, which I would have liked, but I would have preferred a switch card on the rope, but the deck does not play switch, and obviously, even if it did, rope was what was in hand, so you got to work with what you have, right? It's pretty much that simple. So we'll see what happens. They're being a little slow here. I'm sending him up. You know, I mean, I could have tried to blow him up with the Arcanine EX in theory, but that really wouldn't have been a good play, I don't think. So let me... Oh, I can't attach there, so let me evolve him. EXP share. Do I want that? I don't know that I do. I might want to put it on the Arcanine EX, actually, now that I think about that, right? So I'll put... You need to put an energy somewhere, right? So I'll do this. I'll put EXP share on my Charmeleon. I'm not sure that's going to work out for me. I was wondering what to do. I could have tried to put it on the Arcanine. Problem is, he's only getting one attack off, so it's not like energy. I lose energy when I attack, but... Okay, Quaxquavel. What is he again? Now, switch with the bench does 60. They switch, and they switch my Pokemon too. They do damage to the active though, and then they switch to the bench. So they will one-shot. That retreat cost is high, so they don't have a switching card. So that's good for me. The Kingdra is nice. You know, it's in the Palkia Star deck, and I do like it. I got rid of it when I did the revised deck, mainly because I got rid of the stage 2s. Right, stage 2s are awkward. With this deck, I'll probably... So I do finish him off now. I like that, right? Taking knockouts is good. I can accelerate an energy here. I don't know if I want to. I guess I do, though, right? Accelerate, I'm thinking. Don't attack. Yeah, so I have knockout. I'll put an energy there. I'm going to wait and not... I could accelerate, right? I could boss something up, too. Do I want to do that? I think I want to wait on that. I'll take the knockout on the Blastoise. Go ahead and prizes. Of course, that opens up Counter Catcher, and going ahead and prizes, you know, because of Counter Catcher for it, could be a very bad thing. Heatmor, okay. Heatmor wants the Charizard to double up that energy. 180 to the bench. I would look, 180 is very nice here, right? If the Lumineon V were on the bench, which it won't be, finishes him off. So, or he does, okay, using Candace, not the greatest card, but, you know, wow. So a lot of different water attackers. A water box with a lot of options with that Blastoise that accelerates energy. What's this Blastoise do? 2 damage counters. All right, so switching me. That's not a good set of cards. I'll probably attach the XP share. And so they return him to deck. I think I have to... I think I have to attack with Arcanine EX. It's not great because they're going to take 2 prizes the following turn, but I think it's what has to happen here. So I will... Let's see, I drew a Heatmor, right? So I'll toss him down. I need to kind of get something going here. All right, so maybe I'll accelerate to Heatmor, right? Maybe. I'll put EXP share. Maybe I'll put EXP share on Heatmor because he loves energy. And that bench hit is useful. I can take an extra prize. So I'm going to attach to there, just, because I don't need to attach to the guys with the XP share. Okay, yep, draw some cards. Okay, Charizard EX is very nice. I like that. I would have loved that sooner. Do I want to do a switcheroo? I don't think I do. I have rope, but I think I only have to discard one energy, which is good because I have the 2 EXP shares, and now I can accelerate to both Pokemon. So this is kind of how the pieces are fitting together here. Look, I'm weak. Considering I'm weak to them, I'm happy to be alive right now. In the game. I'm in the game. I'm probably coming up short because it's really tough to overcome weakness. So Inteleon, the Rapid Strike Inteleon with the pinging, so interesting. This Blastoise does some damage too. The pinging's not very necessary this matchup because they blow me up. Right, so the rope is good. He's just got 70 HP left, so he's not going to do a lot. Actually, Magma Basin. Okay, so the question is I need to get 3 energies on the Heatmor, though, right? Can I do that? I can accelerate 1. I can Magma Basin 1. I can take I don't want to attack with the Charizard. Let's see. They're down to 3 prizes, which means my Radiant Charizard can attack, right? I think I want to save the Heatmor would be awesome, but right, I think that's the play. He's got the EXP share. I can retreat him as well, right? If I get lucky enough here. So bump the stadium. Get that energy onto him. I will wait to see what I do, though. I will ditch the 2 rare candies. The rope is still a nice card to have. Is there something I want on the bench, right? That's part of the question here, right? It's not great. Do I have any Pokemon recovery? I have 0 Pokemon recovery. So, all right, I'm going to put down a Bidoof because he could become useful. Or I'd grab something I don't want to play. Those are the 2 options there. So if I draw into energy, I'm going to hard retreat, and I will take 2 prizes, I think. And I missed the energy. Oh, I have Raihan, though, so that's really nice. Okay, so Raihan. Yeah, I have to do Raihan first. I only have 1 energy, so Raihan good. And wow, okay, last energy in deck. Okay, so I'm gonna take multiple prizes here. What am I gonna want to hit into? I'm not so worried about the pinging, right? So I want to, take out the Kingdra. So I'm going to retreat. I need to get rid of that. I'm going to send Heatmor up. I like this. And I could accelerate somewhere. Should I? I'm going to get an energy on the Radiant Charizard because I'm going to need him to make this happen. So I could soften something up. I need to attack, though. Do I want to get rid of the pinging of this Blastoise? Do I want to get rid of the Kingdra, right? That's kind of my question here. And I will see what I do. I think I'll leave their hand draw. I'll take the prize. They have a lot of attacking options. So I could have pinged an attacker on the bench. 3 prizes is nice, though. I will say that. I have Boss. I'm down to 2 prizes to game they can win in 2 turns, right? At this point, they don't have spread, and the pinging's not going to get there fast enough, I don't believe. Okay, so they can... Okay, I mean, those are okay. The Bidoof right now, if he doesn't evolve, he's the one that gets hurt, right? So if they... What do I want to do here? I don't have... Actually, I do have... Potentially, I have game right now, right? So we'll see what happens. I have 2... Okay, they're getting rid of that in my hand, but that's... This is not bad. This is not bad, right? I need boss, though. I need boss, right? So what am I going to send up? So I don't think I want to attack with that Charizard, do I? So I'll send up the Radiant Charizard, right? Because he can win me the game. He can attack now. He's got the energy. He'll do 250, which of course does not do me any good. Does me 0 good. I'll bench him, just thin things down. I need boss, though, right? So I don't want to use my supporter at all, right? Do I have... I should have a boss in deck, right? And I have game. So he does 250, and I'll gust up the Suicune. The Suicune was a mistake on their part, right? Because Suicune gives me game because I can one-shot him. So putting down that lower HP 2-prize Pokemon put them into a bad spot there. So that 3-prize turn earlier, while it was greedy, did set up the win there. So good job by the deck. It did came through. It did its job. It wasn't, and I was weak to them, right? It took we both were kind of slow going. I was weak to them, though, able to pull out the game. Very pleased that the deck worked there.